Welcome into the Michigan Football Report, folks. We are presented by Magic Spoon. It's been a magical day, 38-17 win over Wisconsin on the road. 20-year, just hiatus of winning in Madison is over, and Michigan breaks their 5-game losing streak to the Badgers, and we are presented by Magic Spoon. Go get some, magicspoon.com/goblue, $5 off your order. All right. Let's take a look at this big day for this program in Madison. 38-17 win over Wisconsin. And I feel like Michigan dominated the entire game. I really do, although it did get hairy there at the end of the first half. Cade McNamara, 17 of 28, 197, 2 touchdowns. Hassan Haskins, 19 for 51, only 2.5 yards. Michigan really didn't get anything going on the ground today, but they still got the win. 6 catches for 81 yards for Roman Wilson. And on the other side, you've got Graham Mertz. He got knocked out by Jackson Hill on a big hit off the edge there. He didn't really do much. Was 0 for 4 in his first 4 snaps. Then we actually went on an 8 for 10 run. Ended up with 115 yards passing today. Not a ton going, although one receiver for them did have 2 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Not a ton going on offense for Wisconsin today. But here's you guys this question. What is your one-word reaction to Michigan's 38-17 win over the Wisconsin Badgers? 5-game losing streak is over. 20-year losing streak in Madison is over. I should say road losing streak to them. And they get the win. And Jim Harbaugh's 0-12 record as an underdog is now over, right? He's now 1-12. That's great. Wisconsin 0-8 in their last 8 games, first-ranked teams. I'm going with exciting, okay? Excited is my one word. I'm going to pin this comment to the bottom of the video. Go down, reply to my pinned comment, please. Give me your one-word reaction because James Yoder, I am excited. My first takeaway from this game is Cade McNamara. He struggled early, but he was good late. He was at least good enough to get the win for this team. And I don't say excited about it, but just the end of the day, Cade McNamara got the job done for Michigan on the day. And it's all they needed. Scoring 38 points on the road. It's more than plenty of Michigan quarterbacks have done over the past 20 years. He went 17 of 28, as I said just a moment ago, 197. He had 2 touchdowns. He had 38 yards, was his longest pass. Interestingly enough, folks, Michigan, the only team in America right now without an offensive turnover after 5 weeks of the season. So 17 of 28 for 197. We'll toss up J.J. McCarthy's stats here. Coming up, 2 touchdowns for Cade McNamara, as I mentioned, long of 38, which is the amount of points that Michigan scored on the day. J.J. McCarthy, 6'3", 197, true freshman. He got in early in the second half. He was in that first drive of the second half. He scored the touchdown that first drive of the second half. A quarterback sneak on 4th down. He only had 1 pass, which is later on in the game, 4th quarter. Ended up with 56 yards on that 1 pass. 2 total touchdowns, 56-yard touchdown pass to Dalen Baldwin. And, of course, that quarterback sneak right after the half to put Michigan up by 10 points at that time. So that's my takeaways from the offense. And let's talk on the other side of the ball. How about that defense from Mike Macdonald? This defense is looking spectacular. Wisconsin the past 2 years has run over Michigan like you can't even describe to someone who's followed this program but maybe didn't watch those 2 games. I mean, they were getting up 350 yards of rushing. And Michigan basically shut them out in the second half except for 7 points towards the end, a garbage time touchdown, which Wisconsin scored right there towards the end of the game. And so if not for that, Michigan would have shut them out in the second half. Interestingly enough, if we think about for the first 5 games this year, Michigan has put, it was 3 points, so is it 7 and 3 or something like that? Those first 3 games of real points against the first-string offense and first-string defense, and today it was nothing but the same. Again, this Wisconsin team, they scored 10 points against Michigan's first-string D. Great D from Michigan. Michigan gave them the D all night long, and that was some of the best D that Michigan has played in a long time. Using a lot of puns, using a lot of analogies, but I love what I saw of the defense. I love the win. If you loved the win from this program, the 5-0 Wolverines, who will likely enter next week near the top 10 in the country, go on the road to Nebraska next Saturday night on ABC. Go down in the comments, type Go Blue. I am excited. I really am. I feel like Jim Harbaugh is a new man. Go type Go Blue. Wisconsin fans, they're going to be in the comments like they were all week. I was deleting some of them. I was hiding some of them because they were just being haters. They'll probably be like, oh, well, if our quarterback didn't get hurt, this, that. Michigan dominated this game. Type Go Blue, drown out those Wisconsin fans, the haters and the losers, maybe some Nebraska fans in the comments. Let's take a look at what Michigan did against this Wisconsin offense. So this is what Wisconsin did in offense. 167 passing, 43 yards rushing. Think about that for a second. This ain't your daddy's Wisconsin, but to give up only 43 yards to Wisconsin, which outside of maybe Alabama is the best rushing team in America over the last 15 seasons or so, past 20 seasons for Wisconsin. If you were to say who's the rushing, not even running back you, just running you, for the last 25, 30 years, it is Wisconsin, 43 yards in the day, 17 points, and their fans weren't having it in the first half. After a 3-and-out after a bad pass by Graham Mertz, I caught this on TV. I tweeted it out. If you don't follow me at James Yoder on Twitter, make sure you do. Putting out all kinds of content during the game. She is just, I've had enough. Just throws that up there. I'm going to put it off screen. I'm going to flick the camera off nevertheless. She did that. The producers, the on-air guys for Fox Sports were caught off guard, Joel Klatt and Gus Johnson. But that was pretty funny to see this one up there. And just like, they go to the one person who's flicking off the camera. It's always kind of funny how that happens like that. But Wisconsin fans at that point had enough, and it got much worse after half. On the defense, though, welcome back to Michigan linebacker Josh Ross. He was hurt in the first half, towards the end of the first half last week against Rutgers. And he practiced on Tuesday in pads, Wednesday in pads, and made the trip, got the start, and he was on the field. Now, it wasn't making a ton of plays, didn't necessarily stand out, but it seemed like he is like a calming influence and a leader on that defense. But the stars of the day, for me at least, Daxton Hill, David Ojabo made some big plays. Hill was burned a couple times in the first half, right? On that last drive, 2 passes over 30 yards or so for one to get him into scoring position, and they went for the end zone, got Daxton Hill again. But the second half, he had a big hit, the hit that knocked out Graham Mertz out of the game, and then he also had an interception. David Ojabo, take a look at his stats here. 7 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Obviously, both those were tackles for losses, and a forced fumble, and no quarterback hurries. But obviously, he didn't need to hurry him. He just sacked him. But that forced fumble that Mozzie Smith recovered, I think, was one of the biggest plays, one of the biggest impact plays of the day for this program. And it's great to see him emerge over these past 4 or 5 games opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. So we're going to talk more about the running game. We're going to talk more about what we saw from Josh Gattis and this Michigan football offense here in a second. But did want to give a shout out to the magical folks at Magic Spoon Cereal. You think I'm joking here? I've just got Magic Spoon on Magic Spoon on Magic Spoon. I got all the spoons in the world to eat. I'm going to do some. It's a magical Saturday. I'm going to eat Magic Spoon. No sugar. 4 grams of net carbs, 13 grams of protein per serving. Look at that, no sugar. It tastes great, like the sugary cereals you ate as a kid, but there is no sugar. It is good for you, packed with protein. This is like bodybuilding level food that you eat for cereal. Tastes great. I love the cocoa. I love the frosted. I love the fruity that you see on screen there. Go get $5 off your order. I'll put the link down in the comments. I'll put it in the description of this video as well. Right at the top of the description, it's magicspoon.com/Go Blue. Thank you so much to Magic Spoon for working with us here at the Michigan Football Report and Chat Sports. Number 3 on the day, the running game struggles, right? This team did not get the ball going, things going on the ground game again for the second straight week. I'll talk about 19 carries for Son Haskins, 51 yards, 47 yards, I should say. 15 carries for Blake Corum, 46 yards, no touchdowns for either player, but it didn't matter. And we'll talk about more of these players here coming up. Before we do, we're take the pants I'm wearing. I'm wearing some blue pants, right? You see these blue pants? What do you think about these blue pants? The blue pants that Michigan wore today. First time they've ever wore blue pants on the road in program history. Third time they've ever wore blue pants as a whole in the history of this program. I think it was 2014 against Penn State, home game, and then earlier this year, just 3 games ago, against Washington. I rocked my blue pants. Look at this. I got the blue pants. Got the blue shirt. I'm just going all blues. I'm going Wisconsin. I got the jersey underneath, Chat Sports jersey. That's what I'm rolling with. And I don't know from you guys. I loved them. So type like if you liked them. No if you don't like them. If you type in no, though, you better give me an explanation because I thought they looked great. Not every game, right? Go back to Mays most games. Toss in white every once in a while. But I think Michigan has 5 road games a year. You should do 3 Mays, 1 blue, 1 white. That'd be a good matchup. Just keep things interesting. I like it. So I'm going to type like to let me know what you think. How about this Michigan offense? Let's take a look at what they did. On an offensive perspective, 253 yards passing. Good day by Cade McNamara, almost 200 yards. J.J. McCarthy, 1 pass, 56 yards. Rushing 112. Struggled again Michigan was one of the better rushing teams in the country for the first 3 weeks of the season. Not so much anymore. So they'll probably drop out of the top 15 or so in the country in rushing yards per game. 365 yards total and 38 points. I think my player of the game, though, might be this guy. Very under-discussed player for this Michigan football team, Roman Wilson. 6 catches, 81 yards, 13.5 yards per catch today. What a great thing to have happen when your receivers and these guys are dropping passes a little bit or passes behind him. Dalen Baldwin didn't do much too late. Cornelius Johnson had a little bit of a game. But when you have a guy like Roman Wilson, who's probably like your 4th receiver right now, step up for 6 catches for 81 yards, that is big time. And that is what we like to see from players who are trying to make plays, trying to make their name known in this program. Today was fun. Okay, it was fun. It was promising. You had players in the secondary step up. You had a great defensive line performance. You had the linebackers played great. I'm not sure if I can give anybody. I would say Cade McNamara probably get a B- from me. Josh Gass probably got a C+ from me. Other than that, everybody's getting a B+ or higher from this team. 25 straight points to start the second half for Michigan. How about that? 25 straight points. It was great to see. Great adjustments at halftime. You even brought J.J. McCarthy in for a handful of plays in that first drive, including the touchdown where he was sneaking the ball in. You had him playing throughout the second half, really. So Michigan didn't shy away from playing J.J. McCarthy after half, and it was just an awesome game after halftime. I was nervous. I got here to watch the first half at home, came down here to the Chat Sports office, and I thought, hey, got out my phone when I'm driving. I'm not looking at the phone. I'm just listening. But, when you got to do a post-game show and you don't know what's going to happen, all of a sudden Michigan starts scoring touchdown and field goal and touchdown. And they pull up by 2 and 3 and 4 scores. It's a great thing to have happen as a fan, as a content producer on YouTube. And so I thought the post-halftime was really awesome. I hope it continues to roll next week at Nebraska. 8:30, 8 o'clock, something like that. It's a primetime game on ABC, so maybe it's 7:30 Eastern, wherever it is. Guys, we're 85 subscribers away. You saw me drink. I'm drinking it again. I don't have a problem. Believe me, I don't have a problem, but I'm celebrating here. We saw me drink 5 beers in 12 minutes, 50 shots of beers yesterday in the show, so thank you so much to you who watched that. Subscribe to get us to the number that we were able to do that. Now we need 85 more as soon as possible. I'd love to come in here on Monday and say, hey, we hit the 15,000 subscriber mark a couple days after the month of September. Please go ahead and subscribe at youtube.com/MichiganTV. Josh Gattis. He's inconsistent, but he got the job done. So I'm going to take a week off bashing Gattis, okay? You got a week. Continue on against Nebraska. You score 35, 38, 42 points against Nebraska. Hey, they got to pass on me again, Josh Gattis. So you're on a week-to-week basis, but I won't bash you at all this upcoming week. Troubling play calls in the first half, especially on third down. 365 yards for this team, but scoring 25 points in the second half was exciting. Whether it was him or it was Jim Harbaugh calling those 4th downs in the first drive, I like the idea, necessarily the play calling. But the second half, there wasn't really much to complain about. Michigan's defense played great. Michigan's offense played good enough to get the win. Some odd calls for this team, really odd calls in the first half, especially third down. Didn't like that second 4th down run. Hassan Haskins, it was kind of like just anybody could saw it coming a mile away. I think Michigan should try and at least switch things up. Do an orbit screen with a guy going behind you just to make sure one defender has to keep an eye on him. But other than that, I think Josh Gattis did pretty decent BB+ grade for him. My last takeaway from today is I think this Michigan football team's for real, folks. I'm not going to pour blue Kool-Aid over myself. I'm not going to get a Block M tattooed on my shoulder. I'm not doing any of that stuff, but I think this team's for real. They proved the doubters wrong. I'm not going to say we're doubters, but a lot of Michigan fans are doubters. You proved the doubters wrong against Washington, who turned out maybe they're not that good. But then going on the road, breaking a 12-game losing streak as an underdog. All 12 games, Michigan's been an underdog under Jim Harbaugh. Now he's 1-12, but it feels good to get that monkey off your back. Jim Harbaugh, now you got to go to Nebraska, win that game, and you have a bye week going into Northwestern the week after at home. Folks, we're going to be a Halloween 4 weeks from today in East Lansing against Michigan State, which probably could be a matchup of top 10 teams if both teams hold serve. We'll see if they do or not. And I'll be back tomorrow about 1, 2 o'clock Eastern with my Michigan Football Overreaction Sunday. Until then, go Blue.